friends. All right, so if we click on, seems like I had something else I want to say on that. I can't remember. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to modify criteria, and we're going to see replacement for the Wellington fund. And the reason we're going to do the Wellington fund is because I'm going to show you. All right. And what we're going to do, let's just make sure we got Wellington on here. Yeah, right there, Wellington. So the reason we're going to do the Wellington fund is because we're going to click on it and we're going to show you what it says. Available to existing shareholders only, right here. All right. That's not what we want to see. That means if you don't own it, you can't buy it at Schwab. Now, I think what you could do is buy it at Vanguard and ACAT and do an account transfer to Schwab, which is probably a pretty good idea, but you can't own it at Schwab. You cannot buy it at Schwab if you don't already own it. And that kind of sucks, man. So that's a problem. Whereas Wellesley, you could. In fact, let's go back. Oh, but let me go back. Let's see what it does here. Actually, let me just, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's, hold on a second. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Cool. Hold on a sec. What happened here? I want to go to 3050. I don't see Vanguard on here. What happened to Vanguard? What happened, man? Faulted there. Hold on just a second. All right, here we go. And all right, so Vanguard, when you click on Wellesley, you'll notice it'll say open. So you can buy Wellesley at Schwab right here, availability open. Wellington, you can't unless you already own it, and it's at Schwab. Just keep that in mind. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to allocation, Morningstar category. We're going to change it to this. Wellington, we're going to do over 10 years. We're only going to do funds that are open to new investors because we just showed you could not do Wellington at Schwab. We don't want one source. We want all funds at Schwab. We want to have an expense ratio of at least of no more than 1%. We want 3, 4, and 5 stars. There's a reason I keep 3 on there. We can get into or something, but I don't want to do fun assets. I guess it already has 5 million in it. All right, so let's just do that. We'll just see what's on there. All right, so we talked about Wellington is not available. All right, so now we got to say, well, what's available? First thing we do is look at inception date. Inception date. There we go. Dodge and Cox balance. Pretty interesting. So let's write that down. DODBX. DODBX. I'm a big fan of Dodge and Cox. Wow, Eaton Vance. EVIFX. And Putnam. I don't like Putnam. I can't do it. I cannot do Putnam. I'm sorry. RPBAX. Was Eaton Vance involved in that scam? I can't remember. But anyway, so now we're going to go to back test, and we're going to look at DODBX. All right. We're going to look at EVIFX, and then we're going to look at RPB. So what we're going to try to do here is narrow down one to compare it to Wellington, if that makes sense. All right. So we're going to look at these guys, go back to 1988, and we're going to see what has done better. And one jumps out, which is going to be Dodge and Cox. Yep, Dodge and Cox did significantly better. 243, the other one 144 and 171. Now, could that be because they took more risk? Yeah, a little bit more risk. Standard deviation, 11%, 10%, 9%. So, a little bit more risk. Worst year, 33, 30, 28. So no one is sitting there saying, oh my goodness, my fund did so much better than yours. I'm only down 28% where you're down 33. No one said that. I'm just telling you right now. Not one person said, I'm only down 28 and you're down 33. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Never happened. Max drawdown, that's pretty significant right there, 46%. So let's keep that in the back of our mind. But without question, Dodge and Cox is the way to go here. So I wonder why that is. What's their, does this show exposure, assets, rolling returns, and returns? Let's just take a look here. Yeah, look at that return. Wow, Dodge and Cox only, yeah, right there. Oh my goodness, look at that. It didn't, only in 2002 was down 2.94. Now in 2008 got spanked. Tells me they probably have a lot of financial stocks in there, but look at that, man. I bet they had a lot of financial stocks in there. And in 2008 they got spanked. Look, 2002 is only down less than 3. That's freaking stellar. And then it was down 2011 and 2015, probably 18 as well. Yeah, all right. A little bit more volatility in there, but dude, that Dodge and Cox is stellar. All right, so let's look at Dodge and Cox, compare that to Wellington. That's nice. Let's see what the expense ratio is on this guy. What are the fees, man? Need the expenses. Is it on here any place? Get out of here. I had the expense ratio before. Inception date, expense ratio. Why is it not showing the expense ratio? Okay. Should be something that shows the expense ratio. All right, so let's click on it. 53 basis points. All right, so 50, so 1/2% essentially. Okay, good. So now let's just go back real quick. So Dodge and Cox is number 1 so far. So we're going to compare that. Oh man, right, we're going to go to inception date. Inception date. I'm back at that. Why? Oh, yeah. Hold on just a second, my friends. We'll get there. I'll take you there. Funds at Schwab, 10 years. Right there, right there. All right. I'll take you there. All right, let's go. Let's go, man. All right, so we're going to compare that. Oops, not description, inception date. All right, Puritan Fund is another one people are talking about. FPURX. Invesco, AC. Oh, wait, that used to be ACEIX. I used to own that fund. I used to have clients in that, but it wasn't Invesco. I thought that was Eaton Vance. That wasn't Invesco. They used to be ACEIX. Equity Income Fund. Yeah, I remember that fund. That was a good fund, but it wasn't Invesco. Huh. And then one I want to look at is the Fidelity Balance Fund. All right. Well, I guess we're going to FBALX, and we can look at the Vanguard Star Fund too, BGSTX. All right. And that will give us enough to go on. I thought, no, it wasn't. It was Eaton Vance Equity Income Fund. I could have sworn. Oh, that's weird, man. All right. Anyway, so DOD BX, FPURX, ACEIX. Oops. Let's see what we come up with here, friends. We're going to go back to 1985. 35 years of experience. Portfolio 1, Dodge and Cox. Look at that. All right, so portfolio 1, Dodge and Cox, again, the best returns, 20% higher standard deviation on the Fidelity Puritan Fund, 20% higher standard deviation. They have 12% standard deviation. Puritan Fund has 10, and then the Eaton Vance, I'm sure it's Eaton Vance, man. And you can throw that one out. All right, sweet. So worst year, 46. The forest drawdown. Well, the Eaton Vance had less of a down market in 2008. Max drawdown, so significantly higher for the Dodge and Cox, but I mean everything got spanked. That's for sure. I tell you, man, that Dodge and Cox Balance Fund looks pretty attractive to me. Let's take a look. And there's Dodge and Cox. Got spanked that year right there. Eesh, painful. But look at that, man. Here's 1997, 87 is up, 90 up, 92 for 94 up, 99 up, 2001 up, 2000, yep, 2002 got spanked a little bit, but not that much. 2.94. 2008 got spanked, 2011, 2018. Whoa. Look at that. Oosh. And then 2015. So pretty stellar fun, man. That's all there is to it. All right. So now we're going to compare that to two other funds here. Again, this is what we're looking for in lieu of Wellington fund, because you cannot buy Wellington fund at Schwab. And then we're going to compare it to Star Fund, VGSTX. All right, VGSTX. Okay. So it'll be interesting to see Star Fund. So what is going to be our winner? I'm going with Star Fund, believe it or not. What will be our winner here? Oh, man, Dodge and Cox taking the cake. Look at that. Going back to 1985. 1987. And Dodge and Cox, 260, 232, 216. So Star Fund came in the third. Dodge and Cox, higher rate of return, higher standard deviation, higher max drawdown. But I mean, within spitting distance, all of the other ones. All right, so we're going to compare Dodge and Cox to Wellington now, and winner takes the cake, huh? All right, let's see. We'll just get rid of that and put this over to 0. All right, so I think we found our replacement for Wellington if we can't buy Wellington. All right, ooh, Dodge and Cox. Ooh, it's right so doggone close. 410 to 370. Look at that. Ooh, man. But Dodge and Cox, look. Max drawdown, 46% max drawdown for Wellington, 32. Standard deviation for Dodge and Cox is 20% higher than Wellington, and you can see that by the max drawdown. And there you go. Then, of course, Dodge and Cox did better than Wellington totally because it had a little bit higher standard deviation risk. That makes sense to me. Here's Wellington right here. It was down in 1990, down in 1994, down in 2002, down in 2008. Dodge and Cox down 2011, Dodge and Cox down 2015, Dodge and Cox down in 2018. Oh, man, that's nuts. Let's go inflation adjusted just to get giggles here. Yeah. That's interesting. Huh. We just learned something today, my friends. Let's go back to 2000. All right, so we've identified, let's go over the last 20 years. I'm going to predict Wellington did better. Let's take a look for the last 20 years. Oh, man, not really. Look at that. Neck and neck. Neck and neck. That's crazy. But standard deviation much higher for Dodge and Cox over the last 20 years than it was for Wellington. Isn't that interesting? It's going to be tough to beat Wellington. All right, let's go last 10 years. 2010, yeah, right? We start to, yeah, 2011. I bet Dodge and Cox did better. But let's see. Because they had to have a couple down years. Oh, man, just look at that. They look more volatility, right? Wellington did better by $100. All right, last 5 years while we had a market run. Wellington did better. All right, gotcha. Because the Dodge and Cox had some down years that Wellington did not. All right, let's look a little bit deeper at Dodge and Cox Balance Fund. This goes back to 1931. Man. Well, there you go. That's interesting to me. No load. Is there a transaction fee? It looks like a transaction fee. I'm not sure how much the transaction fee they charge. Huh. That's interesting to me. Let's just PGEOX. Let's just throw that in the mix. That's a George Putnam one, the Putnam PGEOX. PGEO. I bet this sucks just because these firms are running that allow scandalous activity to happen. They're going to charge an arm and a leg for their funds. But let's take a look. So that's the portfolio 3 is a Putnam Balance Fund. Yeah. All right. So Putnam, just scratch them. They suck. All right. So all right. So let's stop there, and I'm going to stop the record. Well, we're going to stop the record there. So